Hey, this is Steven from QBox.com. Right now we're talking with the man himself, John Legend. How you doing today?
I'm well, man. How are you?
Doing good. So I heard you were put on vocal rest a few weeks back. How's the recovery going?
Well, I had to slow down a little bit because they had my schedule booked up to the maximum during my release week, so I had to slow down a little bit and reschedule a few things. But I'm feeling a lot better now.
All right, all right. So your third album, Revolver, was just released. How do you feel about the reception so far?
I feel great. I think a lot of people really love it, and hopefully we'll get it to more ears as the weeks and months go by, and continue to build the audience for it.
Cool. So there's a few collaborations on the record. Was there anyone you wanted to record with who you just couldn't get in time to make the final cut?
Well, there were people that I had thought about collaborating with, but the song and the timing wasn't right. Like, I had this idea for Feist, but I wasn't able to get the song to where I wanted it to be before I met up with her, so I didn't bring it to her. So, little things like that. But everybody that I wanted on each song that we chose for the album agreed to do it, so I got to have my first choice on every track.
Very cool. So having had the album completed for some time now, is there one track that you're currently feeling more than the others at all?
I've been really into Quickly lately. Everybody knows lately. Those are tracks that I'm really getting into, especially Everybody Knows when we've been playing it live. It's been really getting a great reception. It feels really good. So that's one of the ones I've been feeling lately. Good Morning is always a hit live, too.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
fun taking the songs from the studio to the concert venues and seeing how people react to them. And it's been great reaction.
Very cool. So you put out a record every 2 years since 2004. Does that mean we can expect another one in 2010?
Lord willing, you never know, but you just try to do what you can, and as long as I'm feeling creative and feeling inspired and ready to create, then we'll do it.
Cool. Let's switch it up, talk about politics for a second. You supported Obama through the election. Now he's
Yep.
president-elect, which is fantastic.
Sure.
What were you doing on election night?
We were in Los Angeles. I had just taped an appearance on the television show, and my band and everybody was out with me, so I decided we should all watch it together. So I booked a room down at the hotel, down in the lounge, and I had them set the TV up, had them get some champagne bottles out, and we got ready to celebrate. But I said no champagne until he wins, and so we had to wait till 8 o'clock Pacific time, and when they announced that he won, we all popped champagne.
Very cool. It sounds nice. So now that he's going to be president come inauguration time, what sort of changes do you want to see him first make?
Well, obviously he's got to address the recession and the financial crisis. I think he's got to figure out how we're going to find new energy sources for the future. He's got to get everybody on a health care plan. Those are some of the main things I'm thinking about. And he's got to, figure out a way to wind down the war in Iraq and win in Afghanistan.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Do you plan on getting more involved in politics over the next couple of years? Or?
Well, I've always been an avid watcher and an avid, commenter whenever I feel like it's necessary or helpful or whatever. But, I'm not trying to get involved, any more than I already am, not professionally in any way. I just do it as an informed citizen who cares about my country, who cares about people, who cares about how the world works. And so I'll continue to do that, but probably no more than I have been.
Yeah, definitely. To keep on talking about on kind of helping people, doing all that, you do a lot of philanthropic work on the side.
Yeah.
Are you currently pursuing any new altruistic endeavors?
I don't have anything new, but the Show Me campaign is ongoing, and we're continuing to raise funds and continue to educate people about what we're doing. We're continuing to support a village in Tanzania called Ebola, and continuing to do education programs.
All right. Well, to switch it up, talk about acting as well. You were just in Soul Man. How was it filming that for you?
That was fun. I was working with Bernie Mac and Samuel Jackson and the director Malcolm Lee, and it was a pleasure working with all of them. We had a good time in the studio making the audio version of the record. Then we had a great time on set, just having fun with all the different costumes and the dance moves and all that. It was a good time.
Cool. What's it like to see yourself on screen? I can imagine it must be like a surreal experience in some way.
Well, I've gotten used to it now with making videos, being on television a lot. You know, it's just something I've gotten used to now. This one was different because of the costume changes. It was kind of comedic, and we had a good time though.
Very cool. So I heard that there's a rumor there's another album in the works right now with Questlove. Is there any truth to this?
Yeah, we've been working on. We decided that it'd be cool to do an album of different kind of socially conscious and social protest songs. Um, the original idea was try to get it done before the election, but I had too much going on, and he had too much going on for us to try to do that. So we're gonna probably release it next year, but I'm really excited about it. It was a great collaboration, and he's a genius and a great producer, so it was great working with him.
Well, has the whole album already been recorded, or you guys still
Most of
working
it's
on
already
it?
been recorded, but there's a little bit more work we have to do to it, and as soon as things clear up a little bit, we're gonna finish it.
Hey, is it just you two, or do you enlist any outside help on it?
Well, we worked with a bunch of different musicians in Philadelphia that were part of his whole musical family down there, and so we didn't bring any other big names into it, but definitely a lot of great musicians
Musicians like I can imagine
like
maybe
James
Jaguar writing.
Poyser, like James Poyser and a few other Philly cats.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So is there a title for it?
I think we're gonna call it the Wake Up Sessions.
All right, wake-up sessions. Well, we will look out for that.
Yes,
And
sir.
just one thing that I have to ask. I've been a fan of yours since you released your demo as John Stevens.
Cool.
Yeah. So are there any plans to ever re-release that demo, kind of give it an update, anything to do with it?
You mean of the older material?
Yeah.
You know, I think it's available online still. I think we have it somewhere online. But if not, we'll figure out a way to get it back out there because there's always people that wanna know where I've come from.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up, but is there anything else we should know about what you're up to in the next coming months?
Well, the tour starts November 19th, and that's big news. We're starting in Minneapolis, and we'll be going for a couple months until February, all over North America. Then we'll go to Europe at the end of February and into March.
Well, very nice. We will look out for that. And John Legend, thank you for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, and have fun on tour.
Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
All right, bye-bye.
Hello?
Yep.
Hey.